The Tampa Bay Buccaneers didn't just win their opener, they survived it. Week 1 was a street fight. Ugly at times, beautiful at others, but when the clock hit zero, the Bucs were standing tall at 1-0. And let me tell you, this wasn't just a win, this was a statement. The Bucs walked into Week 1 with chaos on the offensive line. Think about it. A rookie left tackle in Graham Barton, a left guard in Michael Jordan who was literally pulled up from the practice squad at the last second, and Ben Bredesen shifting inside to play center. On paper, this line should have crumbled, but they didn't. They fought. They gave Baker Mayfield just enough protection, and that was the difference. Now let's talk about Baker. Was he perfect? Not even close. He missed some throws, sailed a couple, and left points on the board. But when the game was on the line, he delivered. 17 completions on 32 attempts, 167 yards, and 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. Add in 39 rushing yards, and Baker wasn't just surviving, he was leading. His pocket awareness, his grit, the way he extended plays. That's the fire you need from your quarterback. And of course, when the moment demanded greatness, he put a laser in the hands of Emeka Egbuka for the game-winning score. Speaking of Egbuka, this rookie looked like a star already. 4 catches, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, and one of them sealed the game. Every time the ball found his hands, the energy in the stadium shifted. He was that electric. Mike Evans did his usual workmanlike job with 51 yards, continuing his march toward yet another 1,000-yard season. Sterling Shepard chipped in 3 catches for 39 yards, and Bucky Irving added a touchdown through the air, proving he's more than just a runner. Now, the run game itself? Rough. Irving had 14 carries for just 37 yards, and outside of Baker scrambling, Tampa struggled to move the ball on the ground. But again, when they needed plays, they found them. That's what mattered. On defense, the start was ugly. Atlanta ripped off a 3-play, 65-yard touchdown drive right out of the gate, and it looked like the Bucs might be in for a long day. But after that, lockdown. They gave up just 13 points the rest of the way. Penix still threw for nearly 300 yards, but Tampa stiffened when it counted. Bend, don't break. That's how they survived. At the end of the day, this wasn't about stats or style points. This was about heart. The Buccaneers went into Week 1 battered, doubted, and disrespected, and came out with a win that could define their season. Bucs fans, I want to hear from you. How much confidence do you have in this team after Week 1? Drop your 1 to 10 rating in the comments, and let's see where the real belief stands. The run defense, that was the backbone of this game. Tampa Bay's front 7 came in ready to hit, and they stood tall against one of the most dangerous young backs in football. Bijan Robinson still hurt them through the air, 100 receiving yards and a touchdown, but when it came to pounding the rock, the Bucs shut the door. That's the kind of toughness that flips momentum. Atlanta didn't just give up, though. Penix kept slinging it, spreading the ball around. Pitts with 59, London with 55, Ray McLeod with 51. And late in the game, Penix even punched in a rushing touchdown himself, bringing the Falcons right back into it. But every time Atlanta tried to steal control, Tampa had an answer. When the Falcons scored late, Baker and the offense marched right back with a clutch drive of their own, under pressure, with the clock working against them. That's heart, that's fight. And then, chaos. The Falcons lined up for a 44-yard game winner. The stadium held its breath, and it sailed wide. Missed it. Ball game. People can complain all they want about what-ifs. What if Young Hoku made that kick? What if the refs made different calls? What if McLaughlin didn't miss a field goal and an extra point earlier? None of that matters. In the NFL, nobody cares about almost. You win or you lose, and Tampa Bay won. But let's be real here. There's still a lot to clean up. The offense can't afford to sleepwalk through the first half every week. They need energy from the jump. The defense, at times they looked like 2 different units, shaky early, stronger as the game wore on. Rookie Servicia Dennis struggled out of the gate, but grew into the game. The pass rush flashed, but outside of Hassan Reddick and a few plays from Yaya Diaby, it wasn't enough pressure. And don't even get me started on the penalties. Sloppy, costly, and almost gave this one away. And Chase McLaughlin. Man, this team needs you to hit your kicks. Period. Those missed points nearly cost them everything. In tight games like this, special teams can be the difference between celebration and heartbreak. Still, when the dust settled, Tampa Bay was the team celebrating. They're 1-0. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't pretty. but it was a fight, and the Buccaneers won that fight. Bucks fans, how do you feel after this wild finish? Fired up with confidence or nervous about what's coming next? Rate this team from 1 to 10 in the comments. I want to see where your faith is after week 1. Man, I can't lie, this one just feels sweet. Nothing tastes better than seeing the Falcons walk off the field empty-handed. A division rival, a game that came down to the final seconds, and they leave with heartbreak while the Buccaneers walk away with joy. You absolutely love to see it. This wasn't just a win, it was a message. Atlanta thought they had us. They thought they were about to silence the Bucks with that last-second kick. And then, wide, the football god said no. The Falcons go home 0-1, and Tampa Bay sits on top. That's the kind of moment fans live for, pure rivalry fire. And let's be real, wins like this, over